Real simple video here on my New Holland TN75. These have a gas spring in the door that holds the door open for you. And mine's never worked since I owned the tractor, but I decided I wanted to fix it. So just a quick video I thought might be helpful to somebody just to save you a little bit of money more than anything. These are super simple. This just threads in here and here. And this happens to be an M8 thread. I don't remember the pitch. I think it's a 1 pitch. Might be like a 0.75 or something. Don't remember. But these are they're pretty much universal parts. You don't need a New Holland part. That's why I'm making this video, because I looked at some New Holland places online. I didn't call my local guys about it, but just looking at them online, they wanted like $70 to replace one of these, and it's it's really small. The original one that was on here was a Stabilis Liftomat, I believe, which is a German brand. They're kind of hard to find in America. That's why they're expensive, because they have to bring them in from like Germany or something. But super simple little part here. There's only 3 pieces of information you need to buy one of these. Number 1 is how's it connected. So this happens to be an M8 thread. They make them in standard threads. They make them different sizes, right? So you just need to look at the ball joints. That one has like a little quick detached little spring, and then it just pops off. So I didn't take these with me, but took the rest of it to work because we have thread pitch gauges and stuff to make sure I had the right thread. So anyway, M8 thread on this one. So you just got to know how is it attached to the tractor. You need to know the overall stroke. So when yours is broke, you'll be able to push it in and it won't spring itself back out. So that makes it really easy. You measure from the center of this ball to the center of this ball with it open, and then close it all the way. Take that same measurement, and the difference there between those 2 measurements, that's your stroke. And then this one happens to be a 40-pounder. The Stabilis, as far as I could tell, was like a 37 or something like that. So that was as close as I could find. But that's how many pounds of force the spring has. So should be fine. Just a few pounds different. And then this will just thread in. So super simple fix. You know what? I'm going to go find a wrench that fits this, so I'm not fighting this. I'm going to be right back. We'll put that on there. Okay, so 1/2 inch wrench fits that pretty good. I almost forgot the whole point of me telling you about how to spec these out is you can look at any like supply house or call around to wonder if it matters which way this goes for clearance reasons. For you can call around to any kind of your regular supply houses, and you can buy these. They're kind of off-the-shelf components. I happen to get this on McMaster Car, so their shipping's kind of high. But what's cool about McMaster Car is that I ordered this yesterday at 4 o'clock, and it was here today by lunch. So that's awesome. They ship super fast, but it's $26. So way cheaper. I'll look at my other side real quick, and I'll make this one match which side the piston's on. Doesn't matter, they work the same no matter which way you put them on there, but I like to make it match the other side. It just looks better for, I don't know, just whatever. It's just my personal preference. Anyway, yeah, so $26 instead of like 70 something, and that 70 was before shipping. It was, like I said, it was an online place, and I think McMaster Car shipping on this was like, it might say on here, no, it does. I think it was like $15, but still, even with that, amount of shipping for such a small item, it was here the next day, and it's still cheaper than buying the proper New Holland part number, the German one. So anyway, super simple. Save yourself a lot of money. Just components like this, they're not special. They're just off the shelf components. So as long as you know how strong the spring is, how it's attached, and what the stroke is, and they're pretty well standard too. So when you measure yours, I mean, you're gonna find one that matches it exactly. I measured this with a micrometer, and it was within a couple thousandths of an inch what I was measuring versus what it was saying on McMaster's website. I measured it at I forget the number, but it was something 0.7 on McMaster, and I was measuring at whatever that was, 0.73. So I was measuring 3 thousandths bigger. So that's pretty dang close. Get in here with you guys. We'll get this on here, and then I'll show you on the New Holland TN75 here. There's just a little cover that you have to take off to get to this. Super simple. It's just one little Phillips screw, and it comes apart. Right here. And it's just there for aesthetics. It's not, doesn't do anything. But I'll put it back on. If I can get this thread started. The other thing you can do when you get your new one to make sure it's the same part is you just match the threads up like this. And if the pitch is the same, they'll match. And you can compare them end to end. Make sure they're the same diameter. Just as a comparison. Or if you have a, if you happen to have a bolt that you know is a, you know, whatever, an M8 or M6 bolt, and you know what the thread pitch is on that, then you compare it to a bolt to something else. Just do a comparative measurement that way. I don't know why this won't start. Not holding my tongue just right. For some reason these are tight. It's almost like the threads have some interference in there. I don't know if they did that on purpose. You can actually tap holes to intentionally have interference to act as a thread locker. So I don't know if New Holland did that because it's a fairly thin cross section that these are threaded into. It's just 1/8 inch sheet metal. It's probably metric. It's probably like 3 millimeters or something like that. But because it's, you know, it's an Italian tractor. Yeah, made in Italy. It says right there on the window. But yeah. And then for whatever reason, this one had a like a backup nut on it, so I'll put that back on. Backup nut. I don't really know why that's necessary, but they put it on there, so I'll put it on there. And then your one little screw. Inside. Oh, come on. That works great. I've had to take this off and had to put it back on before. I remember this kind of sucking. Right. Too much crap in my cup holder. There, just like that. And that's on there. So now the door will hold itself open. Just like that. Super easy fix for $26, not including shipping. So anyway, if you have these same kind of gas springs on like a truck hood, tractor hood for that matter, the back glass on the tractors use similar springs. Well, let me show you on this one. So this is one of those same ones. All you got to do is pry this little spring up here, and then this actually comes off the ball so that you wouldn't have to unthread that out of the stud if you didn't want to. You can buy these and then reuse the old studs. If you do that, put grease on there first. A little bit of grease on there. Like a bearing grease would be probably the best. But yeah, anyway, but that's the original style. This style is a little bit different. It's got like a little wire retention thing, but it don't matter. So, because it's probably gonna come with those anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, cool. Yeah. So it's not like super crazy strong or anything. It doesn't just throw the door open. but it's enough that it'll hold it open, won't close on you. So 40 pounds on this particular one is pretty close to, like I said, the original one. And the original, it was like it's 37 pounds or something like that, but it was in like kilograms or newtons or something. Everywhere I found it, it wasn't in pounds, psi. So it'd have been or like I don't know, whatever. It was in metric measurements, so I had to convert it. So it was kind of a weird number. But anyway, tractor's dirty. Need to clean it. It's hard to keep it clean this time of year. Yeah. So gas springs. That's all there is to it. Don't buy the fancy factory ones. They're just ripping you off. So I'm charging you for a standard off-the-box part. Don't do it. Just go to whatever your favorite supply house is. McMaster Cars probably the fastest if you're in the States. Not the cheapest though. So they sell them on Amazon too, but they don't have the measurements very searchable like they do on like an actual supply house, Granger, or something like that. So anyway, all right. See you guys.